Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all, plate versus bowl.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
Well, Hal, it's summertime. It's hot as blazes. Picnics are happening. I'm sweating. I can't tell if you're sweating, but I sure as heck am.
Always.
Let's go to a picnic. What are we putting our food on?
Is this for a picnic specifically, or do you want to know for all?
No, I just wanted to somehow tie, for all seasons, for all times, I just wanted to somehow tie together the fact that I am It's called place setting, Hal. I'm just place setting for the episode.
Appropriate for what we're about to discuss.
Yeah, plates versus bowls. So this thought popped into my head when I heard some shade online getting thrown at bowls. And how bowls are what are ruining society.
Oh, it's bowls, is it? Mark, sell me on bowls ruining society, please.
These are not my thoughts.
I know, but you've heard the argument.
I've heard the argument.
Relay it to me.
The general argument is, I have no judgment on it. Generally, the argument about bowls ruining society, or bowls are a symptom of the ruin of society. This is not my fight. This was a fight I was seeing online, but the notion is that bowls are the ruin of society, or at least a representation of the ruin of society, because it's just get the food in me. There's no finesse to it. There's no mindfulness to it. And it can be done while scrolling a phone. So the pitch being that you don't even have to look at the food that you are eating. It's just shovel to mouth. So seeing this got me thinking, plate versus bowl, it seems like a binary that we should have done a long time ago.
It does. Also, from that example, this argument, was this argument made by a very young person?
No, I think it was Patton Oswalt that made this argument. It was somebody on a
It
was somebody on a podcast. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he does have that great KFC bowl. Where they put everything.
Maybe it's just a thing against bowls that he has in general.
Sadness bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is an interesting notion to me, the idea that now we are starting to utilize things because we're on our phones while we eat.
We're finding convenient ways to do things. I don't know if that's the fault of the bowl that's been around for a very long time.
Yeah, that's why he amended it from the bowl is the ruin of society to the bowl is the ubiquity of bowls now is an example of the decline of society.
It's an example of how phones are ruining society, ruining humanity, because we're sloping down. I'm definitely turning into Quasimodo, looking at my damn phone all the time. And we are finding things, to Patton's point and the point you are relaying here. We are finding ways to not have to be off the phone if we're doing something else, namely eating.
Right.
And there are two schools of eating in general, pre-cell phone and post. One is eating is like a spa experience for your mouth and tummy. And the other is I am filling up with food. And this shouldn't take that long. Why does my dinner or lunch or breakfast have to be a 3-act play when I can get all the food in and then go do something else? That's just somebody who, and I'm very impatient. I like a fine meal. I like spending time with friends, but also once the meal is over, I'm ready to go. I get very anxious because somebody else needs my seat at this restaurant.
That's why you get anxious about leaving a restaurant immediately after?
Yes, when everybody's like, now let's talk for 3 hours while the staff has to work and we're taking money out of somebody's wallet.
Yeah.
Bothers me. That's what I think about. And that is unique to me. I get it. But I
appreciate that. Look, as a former server, I appreciate that. Here's a way to mitigate that. When you are seated in the restaurant, look to the table to your left, the table to your right, and the tables in your immediate vicinity.
Okay.
And if any of those tables are empty, you're fine to stay because that's probably that server's section. So if somebody else comes in, you're not preventing that server from getting their tip or the restaurant from seating a group of people. Now, if it's a busy restaurant and there's a long wait out the door and you see them churning through people, then sure. But I think if it's a spot that if there's a couple open tables around, I think you're totally fine to sit there as long as you want. I'm a big fan of the long meal. Some of the best memories that I have are post-meal memories sitting at a table. It's usually the late night meal where you're like, oh man, we're just going to sit here for a while. We're going to talk. We're going to, figure out the whole world. We're going to have eggs at midnight at Cantor's. And then we're going to sit in this table for a while. There's tables empty around us. If anybody wants to come in and sit down, they can.
Yes, I understand that. What you're saying makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And there are definitely times where there's an exception to that rule. If it's very late night and it's not a particularly busy place, then I have no problem making a meal out of the meal. But also, can we leave? We can keep talking and be outside. We can talk a million different places. Us being here, we don't only talk when we're sitting at the table. There's room, we are going to Dragon Con Labor Day weekend.
Big announcement. We're going to Dragon Con Labor Day weekend.
It's already out there, but we're saying it here.
But this is the first time we've mentioned it here, yeah.
We will undoubtedly have a large meal that
Several
first night.
large meals with Ken.
But that is one where you will talk for a while because everybody finishes in a different speed. Like I'll be done in 10 seconds and then I can wander around and talk to people and totally fine. Happy to do that for all different speeds. When nothing drives me crazier, especially if I'm waiting to sit. If I see a table with two people yakking at each other and there's like a napkin on a plate and the check is sitting there and it's clear it's been signed. I'm like, can you please get the F out of there? For other people, there you can have this. The evening doesn't have to end after you leave Chili's.
I mean,
Chili's
sometimes the evening has to end after you leave Chili's because you have to immediately run home to your private bathroom, the most private bathroom you can find.
Sure, to have a reverse Chili's.
Yeah,
I understand.
Did you know Shaun White did 3 reverse Chili's in one snowboarding run and got the gold medal?
Is that why he's in the Guinness Book of World Records?
Yeah, man, all chili fueled.
3 reverse Chili's.
It looks like when military jets do a flyover and leave the trail of smoke behind them.
Oh, no. He's the Blue Angels of
That's right.
Going to the bathroom and snowboarding.
You know what's funny? The Blue Angels fly out of right near where my dad lives. So I think it's Pensacola is where their Air Force base is.
Yes.
And it's also where we vacation. You and I went down there for Pensacon once. It's always a funny thing to see them leaving and coming home because they do events everywhere and they can get anywhere on the globe in, 10 minutes. So it was always fun to just you're just hanging out. It's like, oh yeah, we should go get oh, well, there are the Blue Angels over our heads flying in formation. It's like a permanent air show that just sneaks up on you every once in a while. Delightful. Anyway, we're talking about plates versus bowls.
Yeah.
What's your initial thought on this? What's your knee-jerk reaction? Plate versus bowl?
Bowls.
Bowls?
Bowls.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is it because of what you mentioned before about one is designed for just fuel me up, get it in, and let's be on with the day, and the other is more of the make it, like as you said, make a meal out of a meal, a delightful dance for your mouth and tummy.
Right.
Do you think that that's what informs your bulgidus?
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
My bulgidus is probably coming from being someone who is constantly doing something else while they're eating.
Yeah.
Like I had lunch today sitting at my desk working, but also like I was on my lunch break, but I had work I wanted to do. So I was working and also watching the end of National Treasure because I got into rewatching National Treasure.
Yeah. Which one? The movies?
First one. I haven't watched the series, just the first movie.
The series is fun.
Second one I've loaded up. Maybe I'll watch the series at some point because I do. I'm a fan, not as big a fan as you are, but
I do love National Treasure. And look, man, it's if we're going to celebrate our 250th year, it is a movie about the Declaration of Independence.
The last date I went on before I met Jennifer and started dating her was to National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets, which
fantastic.
Number 1 is probably not something you would think of for a date, but number 2 tells you how long ago that was.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's how I mark time, is the National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets. Pre and post.
I had an audition that wanted me to, they couldn't find anything of me online not doing comedy. So they wanted to see me in something dramatic. So I put myself on tape doing the monologue from National Treasure 1 and the monologue from National Treasure 2. The one that ends with, I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence, and the one that ends with, I'm going to kidnap the President of the United States. I can't believe I just said that into a mic.
Didn't you do one of those for Blood and Treasure also?
It was the audition for Blood and Treasure.
Blood and Treasure. Yeah. Which is like the perfect choice for that as well.
Right.
It's a very National Treasure coded television show.
But we're talking about bowls. You're watching National Treasure.
Yes.
And it's just easier to eat out of a bowl.
I like a bowl.
When you're not doing something.
Food won't fall out. Now, I won't take a lot of things that don't belong in a bowl and put them in, like, the aforementioned, I had pizza for lunch. Mm-hmm. I had a little mini pizza and I put it on a plate because I'm not delusional enough to think that it goes in a bowl and that's somehow better. But there are other foods like, all right, one of my favorite meals from a Chinese food place near here is chicken and string beans in like a brown sauce. It's so good.
Yeah.
Chicken breast, string beans, brown sauce.
Love that.
Over like half a cup of white rice. That goes in a bowl. And I have a fork and a spoon. And I'll use the fork to eat the string. I eat it in order. This is what I do. This is how I eat things. We've talked about this before, right? That if there's something healthy on the plate, I eat it first so that it's eaten.
So that you don't leave it at the end, right?
I don't leave it at the end, but I like the string beans, you need a fork. So I eat all the string beans, and then the chicken and rice I can eat with a spoon.
Okay.
Like, fork in a bowl is weird, but also, and Ken will attest to this as someone who's played Fortnite with me, and I've had food in bowls all the time. You can hear the of me scraping the bowl of whatever is in it to get those last little bits. And that's the other thing I like about bowls is it's a lot easier to get, especially with a spoon, those last little bits of food and get every little bit of it. That's why I like the bowl. Don't hate the plate, but that's where my gut led me. Where did your gut lead you when you came up with this idea?
Well, it was like, I was wondering, I was like, am I a bowlist? Like, is the bowl the thing that I use the most, like the most? And I realized one thing, there is no substitute for a bowl in the way that there is. And I'm not going to lie, I have used a paper towel as a substitute for a plate when I'm at home alone a million times. Yeah. If Annie and I are sitting down to dinner, we'll obviously have plates or bowls, whatever is required from the thing. But if it's just, I'm pulling a slice of pizza out of the fridge, man, that is going on a paper towel.
Sure.
And that's my bowl, or that's my plate now. There's no bowl equivalent. It's like, I'm going to have some cereal and milk in this paper towel. Like, that's not a thing you can do.
I mean, you could try, but it's going to be gross.
You got to do it in a coffee filter, but don't use my coffee filters.
Especially not the ones in that trash can.
What here? So
yeah, wait, do you flush the coffee filters? You have to throw them out after you wipe with a coffee filter. You cannot flush that down the toilet. All right,
listen.
No.
There's a lot of people who are confused as to what's happening right now. So
when Mark runs out of toilet paper, he wipes with coffee filters. Now you're caught up. Mark, when you wipe with a coffee filter.
Here's the thing, Hal. I'm going to need you to do all of this in the past tense. I'm going to need you to do this whole thing when I did.
All right. An hour ago, when you did wipe yourself with a coffee filter.
Yeah.
Did you throw it out?
Man, no, I threw it in the toilet.
This is how I would imagine you doing it. Let me paint a picture.
Oh, God.
Not the gross part, but like you've used it. It goes in a plastic, it goes in like a plastic trash bag. You wash your hands and immediately it goes out to the dumpster.
Hal? Back in the days when I would have done this, I was also significantly less environmentally conscious than I am now.
Yeah.
That thing went right in the toilet. That thing got flushed.
That's dangerous. You're going to clog the toilet, though.
Never did. And never will because, again, past tense, Hal. And that was not the second thing. There was an order. It went toilet paper, toilet paper, napkin, Kleenex, paper towel, and then, coffee filter, wrapping paper, shoebox that you rub together.
Hold on.
So they get soft.
Is that real wrapping paper? You did that once?
Look.
Not once. You did that many times.
If you crumple it up, uncrumple it, crumple it, uncrumple it, crumple it, uncrumple it, it softens.
Wow.
But we're here to talk about, we're talking about food and plates and bowls.
We're sitting there, you're sitting there kneading wrapping paper into a soft ball to wipe yourself.
This is a long time ago.
This is a very long time ago.
Okay. I didn't like to shop a lot. Okay. But by the time I got to wrapping paper, that was way down on the list.
How often would you buy wrapping paper? When you bought wrapping paper at that point in your life, so very long ago, this is ages and ages ago.
Yeah.
You'd have to dig through several layers of soil to find when this would have ever happened.
Yes.
when you bought wrapping paper, what percentage of that was a purchase for gifts? And what percentage of that was a purpose because you knew at some point, like, oh, well, this is my one shopping trip for this 3-month period, so I better load up on backup toilet paper.
Look, I knew I was going to have to say, happy birthday, Brandon. And I was also going to have to say, happy birthday, my butthole. I knew that I was going to have to, or Merry Christmas, Mom. Merry Christmas, my butthole.
Do you ever use
one of those sentences being back to back?
Do you ever use one of those thick ribbons and run it like a shoe shine as like a final clean at the end? Flip yourself a nickel when you're done.
Say thanks, mister, to the mirror. The thing was, oh man, yeah. I gave my butt so much information while I was doing that shoe shine thing. Hey, listen, you didn't hear it from me.
Johnny Filters is on the move.
Oh, thanks, shoe shine informant.
Speaking of paper products.
Yeah.
If I'm picking, paper plates are way better than paper bowls.
Yeah. Well, and
plastic bowls.
Here's a reason why.
They haven't figured out how to do it right. Go tell me. You tell me why.
I'll tell you why is plates. The beauty of a plate is it things are stackable. Things are separate. It is a flat surface. Right. You can arrange things.
Sure.
On a plate. Everything in a bowl just goes straight into the middle. So a bowl is much better for wet things and a plate is much better for things where the sauce is not as prevalent. So a paper bowl has the added problem of having to handle wet an awful lot more than a paper plate has to. Like a paper plate's going to get a sandwich and potato chips on it at a summer picnic. That bowl is going to get nacho cheese and chili and water for the dogs who are at the picnic. Like it's all the wet stuff's going in the bowl. So its mandate is a lot tougher.
But it's also just not a great bowl. Like they haven't figured out how to make the proper bowl shape. And there are a few different variations of bowl that are out there. But the one thing that they tend to have in common is your stuff's not going to splash out of it easily. But they make these weird bowls that are like 8 inches wide and like an inch deep. And they're like, good luck with soup. They're very poorly constructed. By the way, one of the things that I love to put in a bowl when I'm having it is spaghetti. It goes in the mixing bowl.
Spaghetti does it. Spaghetti's pretty good. Do you own pasta bowls, Hal?
No.
Okay, you got to get a couple of pasta bowls. Because here's one thing that we learned. We use those more than we use anything because they're kind of a hybrid plate bowl. They're very flat, but they're generally wide and flat and shallow. So they're great for pasta. The sides, everything's going to go toward the middle, but not as rapidly as if it's in a cereal bowl or something.
I do have a bowl. Next time you're over, and I need you to come over and help me do some stuff in this room. I want to put stuff up. Okay. You're the person I think of to do that.
I got you.
You know how to do it. I do have bowls that they have like a lip. It's like a straight lip. The wall of it is straight. And it is wide like a plate. Yeah. But it has a little, like that would be a pasta. I think of it for salad too.
It's got a conversation pit.
Yes, it's like but it's the whole thing is the conversation pit. It's not like a step down.
Right.
It's like, what if we took a bowl and just stretched it a bunch? Like pizza
that'd be like a pasta bowl.
Okay, so it's a pasta / salad bowl. Would you say that those are similar to one another?
I would say they're similar.
Okay.
And I don't know that we can pick that one because picking a hybrid feels like a cheat.
No, I think we should keep it to
binary bowl or plate.
Let's not go into there are plenty of varieties of each.
Yeah.
But which is better? When I'm trying to think when I prefer a plate.
Here's the thing. I want to prefer a plate. And here's why. Because it was one of the first things that you mentioned. One of these is amenable to aesthetics.
Okay.
And another is amenable to speed. So the one that's amenable to aesthetics also feels like it is designed as a canvas for whoever is cooking the food, be it a professional chef or someone who has just a little bit of artistry in their soul and wants to put something pretty on a plate. So the plate has that beauty and that mindfulness. I want it to be a plate for the sake of that, because I want to be a person who is mindful when he eats. Sure. I'm not always. That is eating mindfully is aspirational to me.
I get it.
So the idea of a well-crafted plate, especially a plate that is like you said you don't want it to be a 3-act play. I love a 3-act play of a meal. Bring me all of the different steps. Give me an intermission between each of the acts, and each thing comes on its own. This one's a rectangle. This one is, just a wooden thing, like with you know what I mean? Like there's a million versions of plates that can be beautiful, and mindfully crafted food is on that. So I want it to be a plate, but like I said, I reach for either a bowl or a paper towel most of the time.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's also something to be said for, well, you know what? I'll get to that. I'll come to that later on. I want to talk about something a little bit different now. Let's talk about plates versus bowls in a non-culinary setting. I think each of them has a primary function in a non-culinary setting.
Tell me.
I mean, bowls, of course, I think of the Leslie Jones rap in the middle of Back Home Baller on SNL. Do you remember Back Home Baller?
Bowls,
all kind of bowls. Bowl of coins, bowl of shells, bowl of everything. Like it's just,
yes.
I have in my vision, I think I have a couple of bowls that I've like bought a decorative bowl somewhere and it'll hold my keys or I like the teeny little bowls. I got some of those in Morocco that gets like SD cards and assorted things like that. I love a decorative bowl that can be used. You see the beauty of it and it's functional. That said, I also own an Elvis plate that is not designed to be eaten off of, but designed to be commemorative and hung on the wall. You're from Philly, Hal, the home of the Franklin Mint.
Where I worked for a summer.
That's right.
Yes.
So the Franklin Mint makes some pretty great plates.
Yes. I have decorative plates in the home. We have one that was brought to us from, where was it? It was brought to us by my father in Dorota, and it is from one of their foreign travels, maybe Greece. I can't remember exactly where it's from, but it is beautiful, and it came with a little stand, and we had that on display in our dining room.
Yeah.
The bowls that we have like beautiful wooden bowls, one that was made by Jennifer's grandfather, who was a really good woodworker. Mm-hmm. We also have baskets aren't bowls. We have a basket for keys and stuff.
Baskets aren't bowls,
though. No. Baskets aren't bowls.
No, because you can't fill it with cereal, pour milk in there, and be happy.
Yeah. Plates are. I have a plate that is still, I've never put up on the wall, that is an Adult Swim plate that I got sent by Cartoon Network one year that has a bunch of characters on it.
Was it the year that you became Emmy eligible for White Whale?
It might have been. It might have been that year.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. Like
Heck
2 years they sent me something, which is very
2
nice.
years they sent you something.
2 years they sent me something. 1 year was a plate. I don't remember what the other year. And I have a bowl. I also have
was it a bowl?
No.
Dang.
I wish. Then I could have picked.
Dang
I also have a decorative Adventure Zone plate.
Awesome. Yeah, I love my decorative plates. Mm-hmm. I've got Dolly Parton in there.
Oh.
I got a couple of Christmas ones. I love a holiday plate.
Sure.
Yeah. When I was a kid, oh man, it wasn't the plate for me. Did you have your own like set as a kid?
Oh yeah, like, I have.
This is my Hal set. This is what I eat off of.
Oh yes. Not only did I have a series of bowls that I loved that were Tupperware bowls, but I had two. One was, it was a promotional bowl from Kellogg's that had Snap, Crackle, and Pop at the bottom of it. The other one, I cannot remember the name of it, but it was an orange bowl that had eyes and little plastic feet that had like sneakers that are the feet of the bowl.
Fantastic.
And I went and bought a set on eBay. So I have the cup and the mug here in the color I had when I was a kid, and I will eat cereal out of it sometimes.
Oh, I love that so much. Yeah, it's fun to look at old photographs. Everybody do yourselves a favor. Look at old photographs. Look at the people. Yeah, look at the people, sure. But also, like, if you're sitting at the table in the kitchen, remember that old plate. Look at that old, you're like, because that floods back for me. Mm-hmm. For me, my favorite was my placemat.
Oh, sure.
I had my Journey into Imagination, Dreamfinders blimp with Figment on it. And that was my placemat when I was a kid. Every meal for my whole, like maybe through high school. A long time I had that placemat. But yeah, I love that you grow accustomed to things. And that was another thing that I had thought about with this is there are memorable things as well,
Right.
This was that thing I was going to mention before. There are memorable, you can have commemorative bowls and commemorative cups and commemorative plates, but only one of them is useful in a way that a bowl is, because the plate, it's all about seeing what's on the plate, right?
Yes.
So you're not going to put something on top of it.
Right. Plus it takes up a bunch of space. A bowl's a little more compact generally.
Yeah.
Like if you took even the biggest bowl you're storing stuff in and turned it into a plate, you're flattening it out.
We have a ginormous bowl. It's like a one of those salad bowls or pasta bowls.
Yeah.
Humongous. It's the whole size of the top of our fridge. And that bowl is full of magazines. That's how big that bowl is.
On top of your fridge?
Because we had nowhere else to put them. All of our bookcases are full.
What are the magazines?
There's some Smithsonian's in there. We randomly started getting Elle, which sure, why not? They just started coming to the apartment. A bunch of National Geographics, which are smaller than the average magazine, but still. Yeah. What, do you get magazines?
We get one. There's a British magazine. I think it's called Country Living. Mm-hmm. That is about, and I bought it for Jennifer as a Christmas gift. I got her what I think was supposed to be a 4-month subscription that I've forgotten not to renew. And I need to cancel it because it is super expensive to get magazines sent here from very far away. I also get, as part of my membership, the AARP magazine.
Oh,
that and Westways from AAA.
Oh my gosh.
You can join AARP at any age, Mark.
Look,
there's no age floor. I get deals. You get deals and steals wherever you go because you get that AARP discount.
I thought you had to be 55 to join AARP.
Nope.
Really?
I joined it in my early 40s.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Pretty sure listening to this, Annie is going to join AARP now.
The membership's like $39 a year.
Huh.
And you will save so much.
It's tempting. I don't know, man. It's going to make me, I don't want to be retired. Why would I be in the American?
Am I retired?
I am actively working on building a career. I can't join something called the American Association of Retired People.
Mark.
They're going to pull me backwards, Hal. Mark. They're going to pull me backwards.
Do I have a full-time job?
Yes.
Am I additionally building a career for myself as well?
Yes.
Am I also a member of AARP?
I worry that you're a member of AARP. They're going to grab you like the shadows in Ghost when they took Tony Goldwyn, and they're going to pull you away from the light. Well, specifically the lights on the stage at Dragon Con.
To save $40 on a rental car, it's worth the risk.
You know what? You might not be wrong. So I think I want it to be plates, but I don't know if it is. Are there any details? Are there any important criteria that we're missing?
No, I mean, bowls are, I think, seen as specialty flatware, and rightfully so. Mm-hmm. They are very rarely the main course unless you're having a stew or you have a specialty bowl like for pasta. Majority of the time, if I am out at a nice restaurant, it's a plate. If I'm out at the soul food place that's near us, it's a plate. Mm-hmm. If I'm at a party, everybody grabs a plate. You very rarely do you grab a bowl. So the plate is everywhere. Does that make it better? I don't know. Also, like, I love sandwiches. Sandwiches don't go in a bowl. They go on a plate.
The thing is, Hal, though, if you put a sandwich in a bowl, it's going to be way less of a disaster than if you pour soup onto a plate.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
If that's the criteria we're looking for.
Of disaster?
Yeah. If you use the wrong thing, you would rather use a bowl than a plate.
Which is why it seems to me that if I were on, say, Outlast or Survivor, or if I had absolutely, the bare minimum human requirements on me for meeting my absolute basic needs.
Okay.
I think a bowl would be the vessel that I would have. We haven't even talked about portability. You can put a lid on a bowl and now it's Tupperware and it can go with you to work.
Yeah. If you do a plate, you got to put a dome on it. You got to put like a little cloche thing. It's basically an upside down bowl.
It's an upside down bowl. So I want it to be the plate. I feel like what do you think?
I don't know. I want it to be bowls because I eat out of bowls so much, but I think plates are just everywhere. It feels weird to not pick the plate. I like the bowl more. I don't know if that means the bowl is better. Well, it's because Patton has a point. I am a very I like things that taste good, but I want everything in a bowl because it's just easier. Mm-hmm. And I love my mixing bowl. I love it so much. I love eating things out of it.
Yeah.
If I give Jennifer, I made popcorn the other day and I gave her stuff in the bowl. She's like, you don't want this bowl? She knows it's my bowl. Like I'm like a dog. I have my bowl and I eat everything out of the damn bowl. But plates are nice. I like to cut into. I do the thing with pasta bowls with pork. I don't like a fork scrape or a knife scraping on a plate. makes me want to put my head through a wall. But
the bowl doesn't bother you? You just sit
bowl
there
too. Anything that I can't.
But you're making Ken listen to it while you're playing video games.
No, it's plastic. You hear.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it's very unpleasant. I don't mind it because I'm making the noise. Sort of like how you can't tickle yourself.
Sure. Or you can't, smell your own farts.
But Ken, is it an annoying noise when I scrape the bowl? How bad is it? Because I have a boom mic and it's pretty close to my face.
Whoa. Ken swore. Oh my gosh.
Awful. He never says, he used the F word.
Yeah.
He said how bad it was. It's edited out. He said it's real bad. I refuse to mute too. I could mute. I could mute while I'm doing it. I just don't think about it.
That's not very you. You're not going to mute. Come on.
I'm not considerate.
No. Ken mutes. Man, he's just scraping a fork on a bowl the whole time. But this whole conversation we've been having, Ken has been scraping a fork on a plastic bowl, but he's been muted this whole time. Take a lesson, Hal. Let's talk quickly about symbolism then.
Okay.
We'll give the plate one last shot. And I think this is a good shot that the plate has.
Okay.
If I'm thinking of a bowl, I think of that as, I think of Oliver. I think of, you know what I mean? But yeah. I think of humility. I think of, it's a very simple thing.
Yes.
So symbolically, I know that a bowl can mean, nourishment and humility and that. A plate can symbolize, what could a plate symbolize? It can be status. It can be, but mainly it is, you talk about taking a plate at the barbecue or at the potluck, grab a plate, getting a plate. The idea of taking a plate is hospitality to me.
Yeah. Get yourself a plate.
It repping hospitality is definitely a point in its favor.
Yeah. Let me fix you a plate.
Yeah.
It's a very Southern thing to say.
That is true. It's very Southern.
Go fix you a plate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like them both. I'm fine with either. I love cheesesteaks so much you can't eat them in a bowl. Yeah, I don't like small plates.
If you only had one, you'd have to have a bowl.
I'd rather have a bowl. I could make it work.
I think that's got to be it then.
All right, people of the world. If you want what I had, it's the Decca Children's Footsie Tootsie Bowl. You can get a Footsie Tootsie bowl in a cup and live a happy life and eat out of the head of an anthropomorphic bowl. What's better than that? What's better than that? I'll tell you is that blue mixing bowl I eat out of. That was a wedding gift. That was part of a set, the wedding gift. We still have all the bowls, but that one's been through it all. You could ask Ken in his ears. He has nightmares about it. Bowl wins. Asked and answered.
Yeah. Well, there it is. This topic is closed, but there are many more topics to discuss. So please reach out to us via email at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com, or
you can find us on the social media at We Got This Podcast, with the exception of Instagram, where we are at We Got This Show. We are on YouTube. You should give us a subscribe there so you get notified when we go live, like we are about to 15 minutes after this recording, which happened in the past. Every other week, we are going live for about a half an hour and eating weird things. If you want to see me eat crickets multiple times, you can find that. That video is on there along with every episode that we've recorded and tons of other content we've put out over the years. It's We Got This Podcast on YouTube. Give us a follow. It only takes a second to do that. Also, join our Discord where you can suggest topics to us, bit.ly/WGT Discord. And finally, we have been doing this show for 11 plus years. And the reason why we are able to continue to do it is because of the support of Max Fun members who are spending as little as $5 a month supporting us and the other shows that they listen to. So if you have the means to do that, you can do it all up front, do $60 for 12 months, be all set. And in exchange for that, not only do you get the feeling of pride in knowing that you are allowing the show to continue, but you get access to hours and hours and hours of bonus content that we have put out over the years, exclusive bonus content and exclusive bonus content from across the network. Go to MaximumFun.org/joinWGT to make that happen for yourself, and we appreciate it if you do. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, the people of the world, with whom we would love to share a table and pass a plate. And, you are the kindest place on the internet to argue. We wouldn't do it without you. We couldn't do it without you. So to you, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody. We got this.
We got this.
Hey, it's John Moe. I host a show called Depression Mode with John Moe. And you might think, oh yeah, Depression Mode, that's the show for people struggling with mental health. And it is, but it's more than that. It's a show for anyone and everyone living in the world today. A world that can be a pretty rough place sometimes. Our show is about how to keep your mind on your side, working for you and with you, instead of making stuff worse. We get stories from famous people, we talk to experts and researchers, and there are jokes. So, I'm John Moe. The show is Depression Mode with John Moe. I hope you'll give us a listen on MaximumFun.org or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's hard to explain what Jordan Jesse Go is about.
So I had my kids take a stab at it.
Probably weird stuff.
You talk about
jobs that are annoying.
Business. I think you probably learned your lesson after talking about business a couple of times.
Grown-up jokes that I don't understand and there's no point in making. All the podcasts are boring.
Subscribe to Jordan Jesse Go,
a comedy show for grown-ups.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.